Hey, what is going on everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 now today. Got some more Guild War for you guys. Now before we begin, of course, the joke of the day from Icarus. I once wrote a song about a tortilla, but it was more of a rap. Oh man. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into this first match over here. We're going up against Lopez Abel. Right, so decided to go for this guy because his tower is already almost down, so we get extra points for taking him out. For this first team here, it's actually pretty interesting. We got a Flitica, Senya, and a Rimuru. Our guild war is actually really close, so hopefully I'll be able to come out with a W with the team I'm about to bring. We're going to bring in Crow as the tank for all of the hits from these ice units. So Senya and Rimuru should be going into the Crow. And we're going to bring along our Bihu as well. Now, Bihu is going to be the star of the show in terms of the damage output. We have him on his imprint concentration just to make sure that if it's an effect res Senya that we can strip her counter buff. That would help out quite a bit actually. And then the unit that I've really been wanting to build ever since she came out, Lilka. I just absolutely love her design. It's really simple, but it's just adorable. And decided to go for a pretty decent little bulky, speedy PvE type of build. It's usable in PvP, of course, as well. She's kind of like a weird little A-lots, and I just have some budget piece of gear on her. Nothing too special. I don't even have the materials to get this last reforged there on the necklace. So yeah, it tells you a lot about how we use her. So I'm gonna test her out in Guild Wars. Maybe one day we can use her in RTA, but I have no idea. Her kit's a little weird, so we'll see. For the bottom team here, we got Lua Bellion and Abyssal Euphine. Wow, that is oppressive. So, no souls here because the Bellion, and because Lua actually takes an extra turn, the AI is pretty bad with her. We're going to go ahead and use Moon Bunny to get that immunity, get that barrier up. We are going to get that evasion stripped on our Rylet, but it shouldn't matter all too much. We have Karina here as a little failsafe to help us out if we get low on HP. She's also going to be pretty decent for just chunking down this Euphine and her health, and that's one of the main reasons I brought Rylet to this fight too. He's just pretty good at chunking down bulky units with high defense with his penetration. And he's also pretty good into Bellion because she has AoEs, and she'll probably be hitting Rylet, and we're hopefully going to be dodging. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use Bihu, and we're going to S3. We're going to put unbuffable on everybody. Right, very nice. And now Lilka, we could go for an S3. Now what this does is it decreases attack and speed, and if there's an ice element we increase speed of all allies, but that's not really going to be happening here. I could also just use the S2 and it's going to boost up my Bihu's combat readiness, so we'll go for that. We do lose the attack buff here, which is a little sad, but it's okay because Rimuru actually can't steal our buffs or anything here, not only because he has unbuffable, but because we don't have any more buffs anymore. So hopefully Flitica will be going after somebody that doesn't really matter here. Oh, okay, yeah, going after Bihu is fine for the reset. Perfectly okay. It's gonna get the skill null up for the team, and here comes the Rimuru. He can't buff. I think he's on anti-magic mask or something there. But yeah, not that much damage coming out, right? 5,000 true damage, not quite enough to kill anything. And Senya's gonna come in with the S3 as well. We get provoked on our Lilka, but again, no buff here means no counter buff. So even if we have to attack with Lilka, we only take some recoil damage. We don't really lose a whole ton there, which is nice. Okay, so now Reamer is going to come in. He's going to steal that defense buff. Okay, Crow is getting low. That is good. That is good. I am going to try to go for this Rimuru. We do miss, but we still get a burn because of our artifact. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so I think we're low enough now that Crow can use his horse. And we should be able to take out this Senya. I mean, we're missing about 20k health. So even on a miss, I think this is pretty good damage. Oh yeah, almost taking her out. You know what? This is actually perfect because we can use Lilka's S3 there. And just finish her off. There you go. beautiful. Did this go according to plan? Absolutely not. But you know what? I will take it. Let's go ahead and boost the Bihu up once more. He only gains 30% combat readiness when he is above a certain amount. If he's below a certain amount, it actually adds 50% more, which is pretty good. Yeah, we'll see if we can use her into some ice units later, but for now, we have to contend with this Lua. Ooh, okay. So she's going for the S3, hopefully. Oh, good, actually. Very nice. So the skill null got stripped there, not our evasion. We're looking alright. I think I'll go ahead and attack buff the team. And I could save Rylet's S3 here. I don't think there's a reason to pop it immediately, so I'll just go for the Euphine. We have a lot of damage coming. Actually, we could probably just finish off that Euphine, but I want to get rid of the Lua. She's really annoying. Just gonna pop that S3. We don't need the defense buff here. It is fine. Lua tends to be, yeah, pretty easily dealt with once you get a defense break on like this. And Rylet's dodging a little bit, so we're getting those focus stacks. We also went for the S1 first turn, just to try to get some more focus as well. That's not really gonna matter, so he's gonna get hit regardless. Let's go ahead and sleep the Bellion. Or not, I mean, that's perfectly fine. Let's go for a defense break onto the Euphine. Or not, I mean, that's also perfectly fine. Okay, let's go for... Ooh. Okay, that's weird. She's on some weird artifacts. maybe... Oh, it's a holy sack. Okay. It's a good thing we didn't save her till way later, otherwise we would have been in trouble. I see a lot of people on holy sack for Euphine. I feel like it's okay for Abyssal Euphine. You kind of have to build your... you have to kind of build her around it, in my opinion. Just because the fact that it's usually not... Oh my god, Riley got hit again. But you see there, like, it's usually just not too reliable. It's something that, if it works, great. But most of the time I'd rather have something more proactive in the fight. Especially in RTA, it's something where, you know, your opponent can just not hit your Euphine, and then you have a dead artifact for pretty much the entire fight, right? Until the end, and then there's a small chance that you'll actually be able to lap your opponent and have the right tuning to be able to kind of finish your opponent off with Euphine. Like, get your S3 off, right? You might have full fighting spirit, but if you're way back at the end of the combat readiness bar, you're really not going to be able to do much. And I feel like that's the biggest downside with using Holy Sack, whereas I feel like if you have Elbrus, you can at least proactively be attacking your opponent and healing up along the way. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into our second match over here. The one I actually wanted to fight was this tower, but it did get taken down. The second team would have been really fun to see a Lilka and like Bryceria combo with, but we're gonna go ahead and go for this one. This guy actually attacked my tower, so it's a little revenge here. The first team is actually composed of LRK, Bellion, and Bryceria. It's a lot of stuff going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Elena to kind of cancel out the damage from the Last Rider Crow. There's also just a lot of AoEs on the other side, so we should be able to heal up quite a bit here. And we got Celestine as well to keep healing with her S1s, and she can actually dispel debuffs with her S1, which is quite nice too. Lilka here, obviously no damage mitigation for the team, but she is going to be a good source of combat readiness for my Axe God, and I feel like that's going to be pretty decent, coupled with the fact that he has Durandal, and we're fighting 2 light units, so there's a good chance that we're going to be pushing ourselves up quite a bit here, and turn cycling our units, especially Elena, so she can keep giving us the heal with her passive procs. Brywitch on the other side is not a huge deal. Of course, we have Axe God here. Hopefully we get to counter when the light units hit. That way we have an AoE S2 that can hit the Brywitch out of stealth if she is on Guiding Light, and we'll go from there. For the bottom team, we have another fun team. So we got Senya, Shu, and Meru. Now for this team, I'm going to bring in the Arwell for damage mitigation, and I'm going to bring in Rowana as well. She's going to be here for some healing, and of course for her passive. She has her imprint for the team, giving my Arwell some more health, along with Hustle. So I build this Hustle for fun, and I have a Rocket Punch Gauntlet that I stole from Karina. So we're going to put this on her, and we'll see how it goes. She does reduce the damage we suffer from counterattack hits by 25%, and every time the opponent counterattacks, we do reduce our cooldowns on our S3 by 1 turn. It's really good because the fact that we can just abuse it, and we can keep getting our shenanigans going. So for this one here, let's see, S3. Ooh, do I want to go for the S3 or do I want to go for the S2? I think I'll go for the S3 for now, because he's going to get immunity soon, so let's go ahead and just decrease the speed here. And I could actually just pop an S3. This is probably the... Ooh, is it the best thing to do? Maybe not. Maybe I'll wait for Bryceria to go. Maybe I'll wait for Bryceria to go. Let's go ahead and hit the Bellion. Yeah, because Bryceria is going to go ahead and strip everything. I know I could have prevented the damage from the LRK. But I don't think it's going to be that much, right? Because we're going to heal up here. Yep, there we go. And now Bryceria gets to go. We can use Elena to cleanse with her S3. Hopefully we don't get hit by all the debuffs here. Alright, there you go. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Axe God got hit by both, but it's okay. We should be able to cleanse the defense break. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Nice counterattack though. And he is going to go for the Bellion. That's fine. She is on injury. Okay, so let's go for this. We actually don't cleanse the defense break. We cleanse the unbuffable. But that's okay. That means we get the invincibility here. And that means the counterattack's not going to do all that much. A lot of hits coming in onto the Axe God, so it's actually perfect. Because we do get to push ourselves all the way up. We do get a nice counterattack. Hit that Bryceria out of stealth. And I can actually go for an S3. Do I want to go for the Bryceria, though? I think I will. Let's go ahead and heal up. It's not going to kill, but we will proc her right there. Let's go for the S2. We get to push up Axe God all the way back up to the front. And we'll go for some healing. Let's hit the Bellion. Right, Celestine keeping us alive. Let's not go for the S2. LRK. Oh, LRK has his S3. That's quite a shame. Then we do go for the S2. Let's get the immunity buff up. She does counter. That's alright. And Elena does get to heal. So, not in the worst situation. Not in the worst situation. So, what I'll do is I'll go for a hit on... Let's go on the Bryceria. No reason not to. Well, you know, we'll just get Elbrus, but that's fine. Holy! Look at these debuffs. Okay, not in the best position now. About to get screwed. Nice dual attack for the Celestine. Actually cleansing there, which is pretty useful. S3 coming out from the LRK. Hopefully it doesn't kill. I mean, he is injured pretty hard. Only 14k health, probably half of what he used to have. Yeah, very nice. Not a whole lot going on here. Let's go for the hit onto Bellion. Hit onto Axe God. We are looking safe. And I'll finish off the Bryceria. Alright, good. Nice little counter. Like to see it. And we do have an S3, so I'm just going to go ahead and kill off the LRK. So we just have to deal with the Bellion. She can't use Elbrus once she's the only one alive, so she's going to get one last hit in. Elena's going to heal. Oh yeah, I think we got this. We will go for an S2. She is going to S1, so I don't want to get debuffed here, so we'll go for that. Let's go for Lilka's S2, push up the Axe God. The turn cycling on this team is ridiculous. Alright, let's go for it. S1 for the Celestine heals. Lilka gonna go again. Let's just go for an S3. Why not? I feel like we just never ever have to use our we never have to use our S1, really. Defense break? Nope. Alright, and we'll go for the S3 just in case. And go for that. And Axe God should be able to finish things off. So there you go. A little closer than I'd like it, but with a fun team like this, you can't really expect perfection. Now, speaking of fun, this team is gonna be super fun. Let's go ahead and stun the Shu. Rather her not get the immunity, and I'd rather the whole team not get anti-crit. I also just don't want the Shu to be able to counter us randomly. Alright, let's go for an S3. This gives everyone defense buff. We get a nice little chunky barrier too. Setting your procs, but that's fine. Magic for Friends doesn't actually count as a counter attack. I think it's an extra attack, so it doesn't really help us there. Oh, a nice little counter attack there though. Beautiful. Every time, again, my opponent counterattacks, Hustle actually reduces the cooldown for S3 by 1 turn. And whenever she counterattacks, whenever the opponent counterattacks, we also get ramp up on our true damage. She basically does fixed amount of damage whenever she attacks, and it increases by 1,000 every time the opponent counterattacks. So for example here, normally we'd be able to deal 500 fixed damage. So if I went and hit Meru, for example, boom. Oh, she's actually going to counter there. But look at that. See, 4,000 damage is what we got instead. Another counter attack, very nice. So this team essentially just thrives off of the opponent counter-attacking, which is really funny. Typically not what you want your opponent to do. But hey, look at that. Hustle gains combat readiness there. Let's go ahead and just finish off the Meru. Boom! And she comes back. But we're all good. I'm a little scared to attack the Senya with the R-Wall. I don't want to strip the counterattack buff, because you can use it against the opponent, obviously. Oh, nice little counterattack there from Hustle. And we are also, again, on Rocket Punch Gauntlet, which is dealing more fixed damage onto my opponent's units. Let's go ahead and stun the Shu, strip all of her buffs here. There we go. Alright. I will go and hit this Meru. She's gonna Magic for Friends. That doesn't count as a counterattack, but it will be enough to push us up because the Rowanna's passive. Let's go ahead and just finish off the Meru. So no more of her. She was the main threat there. She does the most amount of damage out of everybody, I think. Oh, a nice little extra attack, a little dual attack there, because she does proc extra damage off of duels and counter attacks too, which is why I have her on counter set. Let's finish off the Shu, beautiful, and then we'll go for an S3. Now her Soul Burn gives her an extra turn. We can definitely use this to very aggressively finish off our opponent. So keep an eye out for that opportunity there. Didn't even need to heal with Rowanna. Oh my god. So good. Do we go for the S3? Not yet. Oh, shoot, we stripped the counter buff. It's fine. It would have worn off this turn anyway. So now you go for the S1. Boom. Look at that damage that she just piles on. Oh, that defense buff, by the way, scales really well with Rocket Punch Gauntlet, which is why I have it on her. Yeah, incredibly fun unit. In fact, I'm gonna let Hustle get this last kill here. So let's go ahead and heal up with the Rowanna, so that Hustle can be the one to get that last hit. Oh yeah, and there you go. Absolutely beautiful. She's such a fun unit. I should just make a whole video just dedicated to using her into various counter teams. 'Cause one of my absolute favorite 3-star units in the game. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into our third and final battle of this Guild War, going up against the Stronghold. So, this first team here, we got Dark Corvus on defense, which is very unusual. We got Arwell and Ocean Breeze Luluka as well, so I guess it's a stall team meant to hopefully make sure that you can't kill the Dark Corvus. What we're going to do is we're going to bring in a full-on injury team. That's right. We have pre-buff DDR here, and his buff is actually going to be huge. I'm going to love it. But my build here is on Celestine. He's on counter with a bit of resist, and we'll give the HP and imprint to the team because it's actually going to benefit, because my 2 DPS units here are HP scaling bruisers. Got Alencia over here. Kinda sad that we never got to see what her awakened potential could have been. We know that Crown would have gotten escort, for example. But yeah, would have really liked to see what additional effect they gave Alencia. And hopefully they would get to rework it into their kits in future updates. But Alencia over here, looking pretty solid. And of course we got Ilanov as well. She can also detonate injuries with her S2. and she inflicts them with her S3. So we'll see how it goes. For the bottom team, we got 2 ice units, Arya, Dien, and then we have Navy Captain Landy. There's a lot of anti-crit on the opponent's side, so we're going to bring in our DPS as Arunka. There's a lot of barriers between Arya and Dien, and we also don't crit, so we don't care about the anti-crit on the opponent's side, and she's also just a really good unit into things like Navy Captain Landy, as long as they're barriers. Loka over here actually is going to help us out quite a bit with the attack buff that she provides. The attack imprint's actually going to help a little bit as well. Flat attack for something like Arunka is great for just extra damage. And with Loka, we're going to try to push up the Arunka so that we can take another turn and potentially kill somebody off pretty early. We're going to bring Arwell in as a damage mitigation unit. She does have built-in escort, she has adamant shield, and she gives us a barrier when she has 3s. So I'm really excited for this one. We also have ice units to go ahead and give everyone a speed buff with Loka's S3. So we'll see how that turns out. Okay, Ocean Breeze Luluka gonna go for the S3. We're just gonna go ahead and pop off with Ilanov's skill here. Gonna go for the S3 and just slap some injuries down on Dark Corvus so he can't heal as much. Gonna go for the S2, push everyone back up. And we'll go for the S1 because it deals more injury damage. I know, Dark Corvus is getting really close to getting his S3 off, but look at this. He does have 2 stacks of Venom, and after this turn we will be able to start hitting him for a bit more. Now, unfortunately, he does have the barrier from Arwell, which is protecting him from the Venom procs. Let's go ahead and just S2 there. Nice, additional Venom. Let's go ahead and detonate this. Oh, nice, and he's put to sleep too. So now we got maximum injury on the Dark Corvus. He is at 50% of his max health, which means even if he has 3s, he's probably not going to deal all that much damage. The good thing about everyone attacking DDR is that he is on counter, so look at that. The beautiful counter Celestine combo, putting him to sleep, healing up a little bit for the team. It is quite nice. Let's go for a hit onto Dark Corvus. Very nice. We got the extra proc for the S2, and look at that detonation. So much damage coming in with this Dark Corvus down this low. And honestly, I'm just going to finish him off here. I don't think there's a point in letting him live, so we'll do just that. And do I go for the S3? Maybe not, maybe not. We'll just hold off on it. Mostly because Luluka's going to defense buff the team right after this. Maybe we can get a lucky strip or something with our Mind's Eye. Let's go for the Luluka. She's going to be the most annoying one. Oh, that's a lot of damage. It's pretty good. DDR is at full focus as well, so we can pop our S3, deal some more damage. We'll just go for it. So we can take an extra turn and we can S2 as well. Absolutely love DDR's design. I'm so happy that he's going to get that buff, because I think he's going to be quite a menace. Let's go for an S3. We have the effectiveness buff and Mind's Eye, so we essentially have 100% effectiveness on our Alencia now. Easily able to strip Arwell's buffs. Luluka is usually built tankier in terms of resistance. She's built with more of it, so it's a little more difficult to get that going, but that's okay. We'll go for an S1 here. And let's try to finish off this Luluka. There we go, I think we got it. So Alencia takes her down, and I don't think this is going to do anything, so that's good. Ilanov should have her S2 back up. She should also have her S3 back up. There we go, let's go for the S3. We have the Pestilence buff right there. I think I can Soulburn the S2 to just get more damage. So let's go ahead and do it. I mean, we have a crit damage buff, we have Pestilence, effectiveness buff. Oh yeah, there you go. Didn't even need that extra detonation of the injury stacks that my opponent had to finish him off. Okay, so at this point, there's no point in going for the S2. Let's just go for an S3 onto the Arya. Oh, she is pretty resistant, but she looks pretty squishy. We'll see how this pans out here. I will go for an S1 on the Arya, I think. Nice extra hit. Very good, very good. Look at all that damage. Can we actually finish her off here? Let's try to finish her off. That would be really good if we can. Because then all we have to worry... Oh, yeah, we can. Beautiful. Because now, look, Diane gives a barrier to everybody. And it pushes up the Landy, but it's not going to be enough. We're going to push up the Arunka here. She has an attack buff now. And we'll go straight for this Landy, who has a barrier. This is probably the cleanest fight we're going to ever see with Lilka. There we go. Beautiful. And now the only person left is the DN. Can we actually get a defense break? Let's see if we can get it. Oh, beautiful. And she still has a barrier. She has a defense break. Arunka's gonna go. We actually penetrate defense by 70%. This is not additive, so it'll take 70% of the remaining 30% is multiplicative. So there's diminishing returns, but we should still see some pretty big numbers. Oh, almost 47,000 damage. You love to see it. And there you go, guys. Lilka actually with a successful Guild War debut. I think that last match was the most satisfying. No one even got hit on the team. I guess DN did do something, but I think Arwell's barrier saved us from any damage. With that being said though, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe for more Epic 7 content. And until next time, take care.